You're listening to What's Up, Van Horn? And here are your hosts, DJ Rewind and Chris the Chief Herrera.
Good morning, Van Horn, Texas. How we doing today?
What's up, Van Horn?
Oh, man.
Man, I sound like crap.
You sound like crap.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've been trying to get over this sickness, whatever it is. I know. And I cooled it out last night.
Did you?
Yeah. Drank out of the bottle. Turned off every single fan and covered myself and just pretty much sweated out. And I'm still kind of sweating it out right now.
Are you? Man, weekends are just... I had such a rough weekend. Not a rough weekend, but a very tiring weekend this weekend.
I heard you went to Odessa.
I went to Odessa, and then I went to El Paso yesterday, so... It was just crazy. Anyways. So, dude, what'd you do this weekend other than stay? You told me you just stayed in bed?
I just stayed in bed.
Yep.
And went to work, and that was pretty much my weekend there. I mean, you can't really do much when you're sick.
Yeah, dude. No, I had to go to Odessa for a party this weekend, for a birthday party, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, I went to, I had to go to El Paso, you know? So I pretty much went to Odessa. I got there Saturday. I went to sleep early, woke up Sunday morning around 8 o'clock. We took off from Odessa to Van Horn, got here, grabbed some stuff, and then headed to El Paso. And then got here like around 10:30 last night.
Oh, wow.
So
that's a lot.
that was my weekend, and it was very tiring. So
Yesterday, I went yesterday. Well, it was dead yesterday at the restaurant. I went in today, and I counted only 11 tickets.
that's it.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't get an order till like almost 7 o'clock. You know, and I was like, you know what? I'm not feeling well.
You're just done with it.
I'm going as soon as I got home, I just laid there for a minute, and I was just like, screw it. Started drinking out of the bottle of NyQuil. Don't do that, though. Don't recommend it.
So we want to thank Mr. Brian Rivera for coming on the show last week
Yes.
in the absence of our beloved Chris.
Yes.
He actually did really good.
I know. I'm so excited. I wish I was here. It would have been fun.
He told me he was trying to call in, but he was just, on the way to El Paso.
Oh, yeah. I don't like the whole, talking on the phone while driving. I don't like it. Oh, and then I was in my truck. And now if I was in my car, my mom's car, she's got I can sync my phone to the
Bluetooth?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So, I love that thing.
But yeah, he did really good. He said he wants to come back on whenever you're here so we can make it.
Right on. Definitely. Yeah.
So, Brian, if you're out there, we appreciate it, and hopefully we can get you out here pretty soon. So, what else we got going on in the world of Van Horn?
What is going on here?
We apparently we had a game this week on Friday. We lost. It was another district game. We lost by a score of 36-7 to the Wink Wildcats. It was here in Van Horn.
Wow, that's horrible.
Yeah, I just don't think we have the chance to make the playoffs anymore. So, but anyways,
well, good news. Didn't the volleyball team on Saturday? Was it Saturday? They had a tournament in Serra Blanca.
They win. They won the tournament.
They had escorted lights and everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. We just noticed that there was a lot of noise and commotion. And
that's good, man. I mean, the volleyball team has always been good.
Yeah,
that's one thing about. I think we need to pay more attention to volleyball games because those guys are really good. They always are. They always win district championships. They're always winning. They're always going into the playoffs and stuff. And not putting down the football team or anything. I'm just saying, like,
maybe they can teach them something.
We need to as much attention as we put in football, we need to put into volleyball. For reals, we do. because the girls are good, man. They've always been, even since I was in high school, man. Like
yep.
they've always been good. I mean, I know they were a lot better than our football team whenever I played. I mean, they've always been just good. You know what I mean? So, anyways, what else you got going on today, dude?
Oh my gosh, dude.
So the band received a Division 1.
Really?
Yeah, they went to Socorro this weekend and they marched, and they received the Division 1. And then there's a shot of them, I guess, celebrating. They went this weekend, and I remember those days when I used to go march, man. And those days were like so much. I'm gonna be honest, dude. I'm gonna be honest, and I'm gonna say that I honestly had more fun on my band trips than I did on my football trips, dude. Maybe because it was co-ed,
Yeah.
but it was still a lot funner, So, yeah, it was good.
Oh.
I got a text here. Let me see what this is. The escort was for the Eagle Band on Saturday. They
Oh,
got a Division 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so-
Well, we thought it was volleyball. Whoops.
Yeah,
My
but I mean,
bad.
yeah, dude. I mean, because a Division 1's a big deal. So I mean, trust me, I know that it's a big deal
I hear the
because
train.
yeah, I hear the train. It is a big deal because that's what we worked for. That's what we put in our Monday practices for. We had clinics, you know what I mean, that we had to attend during band,
Yeah.
so we could, and it's great. You start, so that means I'm almost sure the next step is once they get a Division 1 there, they go to area. I'm almost sure that they do that. And if they go to area, that means they're gonna go somewhere probably up in the Panhandle. Because whenever we got to area, we went to Amarillo.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if they're going to wherever they're going after this, I wish the best of luck to them. I really hope they do good. Those bands, when you get up there, they're pretty tough. You know what's crazy is my senior year, we made it to area and we went to Amarillo. We got there, it was like 70 degrees, right? The next morning, I guess a blizzard came through overnight. 25 below.
Oh hell.
25 below, dude.
I like the.
And we had to march in that weather. Okay? And not only that, but I had a solo. All right? No, this is bad. I mean, we were doing Eric Clapton's Tears in Heaven. I remember. And oh man, when we hit the field, it was so cold, dude. I mean, I was just blowing hot air through my horn just to keep the valves from sticking. You know what I mean?
Oh wow.
Yeah. So because I didn't play the entire song except the part of the solo just because I didn't want to tire myself out for it. I nailed the solo. I nailed it. We got back to the bus. Everybody's hands were frozen in like the position of either the horn or whatever it was. And I mean, it was bad, dude. I mean, that's not the bad part. The bad part was when your hands start thawing out.
And you start getting feeling again.
Oh man, that hurts, dude. Everybody was. I remember we had a girl that our what is it, drum major?
Yeah.
Her name was Ann Margaret Mills.
Ann Margaret. I have not heard that name in forever.
Yeah, let's bring back
where
some
she's
memories.
at. Where's she at?
I don't know where Ann Margaret
Graduated and got the hell out of here.
She graduated. She's probably got a couple kids and with a law degree, knowing Margaret. So, but yeah, she cried and cried because she played the flute and she was really good at it. She reminds me of a lot from that chick from American Pie.
Allison Hannigan.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, she was crying because her hands were unthawing, and I mean everybody was hurting, dude. But it was an experience, man. I mean, we got to go to the area. I don't know any other band that would have done any better with those conditions given. You know what I mean? It was tough. But once again, congratulations to the band, Division 1. Next step, whatever y'all are doing, I hope y'all get further, because they really need that. And then, of course, they got solo and ensemble after that, and I used to love solo and ensemble too. So what else we got going on, man?
Remember that last week we were talking about that 9-year-old that flew that went through airport security. and went to Vegas on his own.
Yeah.
All right, so now they want to file a petition with Child Protective Services on this boy because of what he did.
You know,
but then on top of that, there's other more incidents apparently from what this boy did. You know, before this little incident that he did, he stole a delivery truck. He took a delivery truck, crashed into a police officer's vehicle. Did $5,888 worth of damage. And the boy thought that he was playing Grand Theft Auto.
that's funny. I just bought Grand Theft Auto, man, so I can understand why he would do that. I mean,
Yeah.
not do it, but I can understand why he was crashing into things. But
Oh yeah,
that's pretty crazy.
You know.
What they need to do to this kid is give him a good old fashioned butt whooping, dude.
oh yeah. But you can't do that now these days because that's considered child abuse.
Yeah, I mean,
You know, yeah. But still, either way, like even the boy's father. And
you know what's crazy is me and Brian were talking about this last week.
Mhm.
Me and Brian talked about how it's parents' fault for not disciplining their kids. I mean, apparently this kid's got. If my kid would have jumped on a plane to Las Vegas,
Oh yeah.
you know, after me being worried and
Well, apparently this is what happened. That he went out before he took off. He went out and told his father that he was going out to throw the trash. So the father didn't see him again. So he thought that he went to his friend's house. All right. So
Yeah.
the next day when he saw the friend,
he asked him,
yeah, and he did, yeah,
like, "What are you talking about? This guy never came to my house."
yeah. Like I'm like, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, because if that would have been me, and okay, and if I found out that he took off or whatever, yeah, okay, mind you, I would have been worried the whole time. I would have ran to him. I would have hugged him. I would have. After that wore off,
After that wore off, I'm like,
I
look,
would
you
have
little motherfucker.
so whooped his ass, man.
Oh yeah.
Because like that, not only for one, for worrying the crap out of me, but for two, that's a bad thing that you did, man.
Yeah.
You know, you cannot get on a plane and go to Vegas when you're 9 years old, especially by yourself.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, he did it really
Okay.
well. Like he blended
Okay.
in with the crowd.
Here's the
and-
deal. Fast forward that, and this kid's in the truck, driving the truck, crashing into people, thinking he's playing Grand. Okay, first of all, guess what? PlayStation, Sony, Sony PlayStation or Xbox, whatever you got, it goes in the
Gone.
trash, dude.
Yeah, it's gone.
It's gone. Yeah. First of all. Second of all, that's butt whooping number 2, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because you just cost me $5,000 because you thought you were playing Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah. And everything that's not life is not like a video game.
No. And not only that, but it's not free.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? $5,000 is a lot of money.
Fuck yeah.
Especially when I'm almost pretty sure this guy, I'm almost 95% sure that this guy don't have $5,000 just to give away.
Exactly.
You know? So,
No, that's just crazy. No, yeah. You know, and then on top of that, you know, they've got well, now 20 states have legalized marijuana. And
Really?
2, yep. And it's 20 states have legalized marijuana for medical purposes and has given 2 states recreational use. So you can, I guess it doesn't say where the 2 states are at, but you can have weed on you.
see, I just got a text that says, that's pretty freaking scary. If that young boy is doing that, what will he be doing when he's an adult?
And he's an adult, yeah. And I think that's one thing is, I mean, obviously this kid's smart. I mean, well, you know,
Well, he's smart, but
I think he needs to focus on other things. Use what he's got and focus it on other things, because you know.
it's because, like, okay, you know, in this instance, Brian made a valid point last week. If I have a son, I will instill fear in him to fear me, not in the sense that, you know, that if he comes around, he should be scared of Brian, but if he does bad, he should be scared of his parents. You know, you want your kids to know that if you messed up, you're gonna get it. Not try to, you know, let him off the hook.
Basically, make him think twice before he does it.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. They have to think twice. They can't sit there and say like, "Ooh, la di da, I'm just gonna go ahead and get on a plane," or whatever, you know. So, I think he does make a valid point about that. So, before we start getting into all your celebrity gossip, which I know you're really eager to get into, let me finish this local stuff and then we can get into that. You know, so we were talking about maybe a couple shows ago about how they were having sign-offs. Remember?
Oh yeah.
And you know, I'm not sure of the format of how it's working. I think what they're doing is that they're doing sign-offs on away games, and then they're doing pep rallies for home games. Because you know, the homecoming game had a pep rally, but it was at the field, and now the last game we were at, they had a pep rally. So I'm not sure if they're just doing pep rallies for home games, which I think they should do a pep rally every Friday.
Every Friday.
Yeah, I think they should.
That's the highlight just of my Friday. But then again, I never went to the pep rallies. I took an early lunch.
Well, maybe that's why it was the highlight of your Friday.
That was the highlight of my Friday. Yeah, no. Then they caught on, and then they started putting teachers at the doors.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like pep rallies. Well, then again, but the whole experience. I don't know what the experience is like in high school now because everybody's together. You know, I heard that even the administration building is like just inside the elementary now.
What?
Like the whole administration deal is going on inside the elementary.
Wow.
Or it's not in the administration building anymore. Which, I mean, okay, yeah, you want to save money, man, but not at the cost of like just basically shutting down every office to save on an electricity bill.
Yeah.
Those kind of savings, I mean, if they save you $1,000 a year or $2,000 a year, and you know, I don't know the financial status of it. I don't know what they pay in bills, but I know that they're not wasting $20,000 on electricity a month in an administration building. I mean, that's just common sense. You know, I think they need to, you know, kind of, how can I put it? Do your administration thing in your own building. That needs to be done somewhere else. That doesn't need to be done in the school. You know, go ahead and put it. You know, it's okay to spend a little money. You know, that's what it's there for.
Yep.
You know, it's like being one of those guys that saves money and saves money and saves money, and then never uses it. And then the day he dies, he doesn't take anything. Yeah. You know, so I don't know. That's just my opinion. One man's opinion about where the administration should be. They're probably all barking at me right now. But that's just what I think.
But yeah, so anyway, back to the whole marijuana thing, and you know, the 20 states being legalized, and 2 of the states have okayed it for recreational use. You can just have it. Mm-hmm. Well, you know, now it's like kind of like the TSA, you know, I guess if they catch you at the airports with a little bit, you know, they can confiscate it, but like kind of give it back to you. There's like a gray area on that, you know, if it's having a medical prescription. It's shit. I'm sorry, I'm just a little out of it right now. Sorry, guys. But there is a kid who's 19. He's a teenager. I think he's 19 years old. Mm-hmm. And he is having a lawsuit right now with Delta,
the airline.
Yeah, because they
took away his weed.
Yeah, but he had a prescription. He did have a prescription, and
how does a 19-year-old get prescription for marijuana?
You know, it really doesn't say what he has. Like,
that's pretty crazy. That's pretty much like every 19-year-old's fantasy who smokes pot.
Yeah,
is to get a prescription for marijuana. You know what I mean? That's like, you can't buy pot, man. I got a prescription. Let me go down to the shop and get some.
Man, I even know friends that will go to like, hey, if you need anything, you know, just
yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. And you know, I was watching a documentary on that. You know, that's what a lot of people do. A lot of people, like in California, they got prescriptions to marijuana, mm-hmm. and it's a lot of ex-Vietnam guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they got a prescription to marijuana, so they go and they buy some and they sell some to their homies. You know, and the guy said it. He goes, "I'm not trying to do anything illegal. It's just that I gotta survive, and you know, I need like $50 here and $50 there or whatever. And every time the month recurs and I get my supply back, then I make money for bills and stuff. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, in that sense, I can understand. But in just the getting high sense and just doing it for money sense, no.
Yeah.
You're just as bad as a drug dealer. So yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Oh, all I know is that they just need to go ahead and just legalize it and call it a day.
Yeah, that's
Just,
the only. That's no.
You
That's
know,
the only way
just
they're gonna.
it's legal in the states, it's legal in the states, but then you still got the federal side of it. Like,
No, but what I'm saying is that the federal government steps in. I've always said this: if it legalizes marijuana, okay, they will control it way better than they do now. For the fact is, the prisons will be less full because there's gonna be less crimes for marijuana. I mean, I'm almost sure they're still gonna be full, but at least they're not gonna be full of petty crimes of marijuana.
yeah,
Drug dealers will cease to make money because it's not going to be illegal anymore. Why do we need to buy it from a drug dealer when we can buy it at 7-Eleven?
yeah, marijuana lights.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I'll get the marijuana 100s.
Yeah, the marijuana one.
100s and cut the tip.
Manufactured by Marlboro. But no.
Imagine all that, all the chemicals and shit that if I don't know.
Well,
if they, because
I honestly think they would make special shops for like specialty shops.
Yeah.
Like there'd be weed stores. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the way there is in like California. When you go buy your medical marijuana. They have
dispensaries.
Dispensaries. Yeah. So I mean, it's not like you go down to the pharmacy and pick it up. You can go down to one of those places. I mean, so I think that's probably the best way they can regulate it, dude. Is if they just legalize it.
Yeah.
And it's that drug, it's a drug, no doubt, because it messes up your state of mind. Mm-hmm. It's a drug, but. I mean, that's probably the only drug that you can actually just pick out of the ground, smoke it, and it does the same. I mean, it's not chemically enhanced. Let me tell you, now that we're on the subject of drugs, I was on the internet last night, and I saw this new drug out. It's called the Crocodile.
What the fuck is that?
It is a cheaper form of heroin.
Oh, hell no. No.
Check this out. Check this out. It's a flesh-eating drug. It eats the person from the inside out.
Okay. I think I remember you talking about this. I think we last week or something like that. We just never got around to it. Basically, it's just to get a high, and then after that, if it eats you up. Oh my gosh, I don't understand that.
Well, yeah, and this is true. I got a text what it said. It said that's exactly why the government doesn't do more to stop it, bro, because it's a money-making machine, which it is. You're right, it is. And I think that was going to be my next argument, was that's probably why the federal government doesn't do anything about it, due to the fact that they make more money for it being illegal than legal. But, I mean, they could tax the crap out of it, too.
Yeah.
Just the way they do cigarettes, they could tax the crap out of marijuana.
Tell you one thing.
I honestly think, well, okay. You make a seizure here and a seizure there. You know what I mean? Say you seize like $500,000. You seize $500,000 of marijuana, right? Or even money come, because what the old saying goes: drugs head north, money and guns head south. Mm-hmm. So you bust 250,000 coming back into Mexico. Okay, awesome seizure. You know what I mean? Good money. I mean, that's a lot of money for a bust. Now, how much money got past you? Right? Out of that 250,000, I guarantee more than $1 million went back. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because they got money, they got guns. It's not like none of it's getting past us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is that if you tax the crap out of it and more people buy it at a store, they might make more money that way. Because now none of it passes you. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. All of it's collected. So, I don't know. And then, what else? What were we talking about?
Oh, that flesh eating.
Yeah. The crocodile. It's crazy, dude. It's so crazy, man. Let me see if I can find some pictures. I'm almost sure I can.
Oh, yeah. Just type it out on Google, Yahoo, or whatever. And just, it's disgusting. I mean, I don't like needles.
I mean, it's really crazy, dude. It's really, yeah. Watch, let me see. I I mean, it's ridiculous, man, at what this drug is doing, dude. And it's. I was watching the documentary, man. This is a little graphic to show. I don't know if I should.
Well, it's Halloween. Spirit.
Yeah.
Don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs, kids. This is what happens when the stories are true.
Spirit. Yeah.
My audio's gonna
So
go.
I can't do needles.
My audio's gonna go off for a little bit, but I'll fix that. Okay, now if you can see, guys, this is exactly what happens to this. This lady was doing this drug, and you can see it just eats her. You can see her bone. I mean, it's a little graphic, so you guys just. I mean, that's if that's not incentives to stay off drugs, dude, I don't know what is.
What is it? Viewers' discretion is advised.
Viewers' discretion is advised. Yeah. So I mean, like, and the guy. I mean, I don't understand if a person's doing this drug, dude. Stop doing it.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, oh, they're addicts, dude. Go buy heroin. If you're addicted, do not do this drug because apparently it eats your flesh. You know, and you die.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. Oh man, I'm telling you.
I mean, I've, you know me. You know, I'm very open on the drug use that I used to do. I did smoke heroin one time. One time.
They say if you shoot it up, you get addicted, right?
Oh, I can't do needles. I just can't do. Or I don't like needles. Period. I
see. That's pretty crazy that your fear of needles keeps you from trying the drug.
Yeah. No, are you kidding? Yeah. No. Like so. Like if IOD and there's needle marks, I was murdered.
Did you say IOD?
Hi. No.
I'm just messing with you, dude.
I'm like what? No, but yeah, I can't do it. You know. So if I'm. If they're like, oh, he OD'd and there's needle marks, I was like, oh, he was murdered. Get Dr. G medical examiner on that shit.
So,
but I mean, I smoked it before. It was a worthless piece of drug, like worthless. I smoked it, got high, nodded out,
and that was it.
And that was it. Woke up, my two friends are there. You know, they're nodded out as well. You know, and I'm like, okay, we were like watching a movie at the time. And, you know, a DVD, you know how that first screen?
Yeah.
And it just kept playing over and over and over and over again. And I just like, oh my gosh. So I went to the bathroom and I was texting my friend. I was like, get your ass and pick me up right now. You know, and finally, like 30 minutes later, they're like, dude, what was up with blowing up the phone? I was like, I just smoked some heroin with these two. I was like, I want to go right now. Like, you know.
You know, and I've never, you know, I've seen it. I've never been tempted to try them, dude. I've never really, you know, to me, I'd rather spend money on electronics.
Yeah.
You know, that's just me.
Are you kidding? Yeah, me too. I love going down to Target.
Yeah.
I'd rather go and see what kind of movies they've got. And yeah, but yeah, I mean, that was not happening with that. That was just one time. And then that was it. It just.
So on a lighter note, the weather today in Van Horn, 66 degrees right now. Today it's going to be a high of 78, a low of 58, and we're expecting isolated thunderstorms. There's a 30%
supposedly it was supposed to
rain.
Well,
that's what I'm saying. It's a 30%. Dude, it was raining like crazy yesterday. Well, not when I left, but I got to El Paso and then I checked the weather. I mean, I checked my Facebook. And I have a News West 9 as one of my likes or whatever. Mm-hmm. And they're showing pictures of like Midland and Odessa flooding. And I'm like, what? I was just there. And it was cloudy when I left. Yeah. But I mean, damn.
Oh, the day before yesterday when I woke up, the ground looked wet. You know, but they didn't rain. But, you know, hopefully we'll get some rain.
Pretty crazy, man. Pretty crazy. So you guys, if you're going to head out today, just be kind of tread carefully because it might be raining. So, so what else we got going on, dude? Let's talk about. You were telling me about what's going on with Bruce Jenner and Kris Jenner.
Well, they've been apparently they've been separated.
I kind of figured that when he was living at a different house in the show. Did you get a text?
Yeah, my boss. Oh. They want to know if I put in the Benny Keith order yet.
Tell Ralph Gilmore that he does not need a text during the show. Ralph Gilmore, what are you doing texting during the show, man?
Did you already order the Benny Keith? Because no, not yet. Not yet. I'm gonna do that at 1.
Come on, Ralph. Anyways, so yeah, I kind of figured they were split up after whenever they he started living in a different house in the show.
That was one of the things that, and I guess they've been for a year already. They've been separated for a year, but they finally made it official. But they still want to. He says that they're going to remain best friends and all that is good stuff, yada, yada, yada. But to tell you the truth,
I think the show divorced them. Mm-hmm. If the show was never made, they would have still been together.
Exactly. Well, then again, I mean, the mom's like a control freak. She has to control every single.
She is a control freak, but at the same time, like, I guarantee that show made her controlness go to a whole different level. Mm-hmm. Like she's, how can I put it? Now she's like a real control freak due to the fact that she has her own show, and then they give her own talk show. She doesn't need no damn talk show. Kris Jenner, and then like her first 5 guests are Kim Kardashian,
Kanye West.
I mean, dude, you see family. Those freaking people every day.
Yeah, and the one thing, my mom the other day was, she's like, who are the Kardashians, or what are they known for? I go, first of all, the Kardashian name, if everyone remembers the O.J. Simpson trial.
Yeah, it's Robert Kardashian.
That was, he was the big shot lawyer and everything.
Not even then, okay, Chris? Because like Robert Kardashian was yes, he did defend O.J. and yes, they were good friends or whatever. But who was the main lawyer in that case? Johnny Cochran.
Yeah,
that's what everybody remembers him by, was Johnny Cochran. Johnny Cochran was the guy who got him off. Johnny Cochran was the big shot, not Robert Kardashian. Mm-hmm. Robert Kardashian, yes, he did defend OJ in the trial, and he was one of his lawyers. But Johnny Cochran was the guy who pretty much saved OJ's ass. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying, is that Robert Kardashian's name didn't get famous until Kim Kardashian had a sex tape.
Yeah, and that's it.
They're like, whoa, who's this big booty chick getting banged? Mm-hmm. And they're like, oh, her name's Kim Kardashian. Whoa. Oh, that's Robert Kardashian. Robert Kardashian was a lawyer for O.J. Simpson.
Yeah.
So that's where it all got started, and that's how she got famous. And then in steps Ryan Seacrest, and the rest is history.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's funny. I can't even watch. Okay, I watch E! But I watch probably 2 shows. Well, Hello Ross, Chelsea lately.
I think you watch more than 2 shows, man.
I'm trying to think. Juliana and Bill. Other than that, that's it. Like that's it. Like I don't.
We watch Total Divas.
Total Divas. Is that the one with the wrestling chicks?
Yes.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. But so I only watch probably like 3 shows out of the whole thing. But yeah, in the morning when I turn on my TV, it's always on E! And I'm watching.
The E! Channel consists. It's like 60% Kardashian.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. If you're not watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians, you're watching Khloe or
Lamar.
Sister, the Lamar.
And apparently they're getting a divorce.
Yeah. That's what the rumors are. But
me and Brian talked about this last week because Brian, I guess he's infatuated with Kim. So.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I can't get on the E! Channel without seeing the Kardashians on there, and I get sick. And you really look at an episode, they're on the phone most of the time, and this is what Courtney sounds like. Oh my God, I'm never gonna trust Kim again. I can't believe she did that to me. So then it's like 15 minutes of that whole fucking monologue. And then at the end of they're best friends again.
Yeah.
Well,
they're sisters, dude. I mean, no matter what they say, they don't mean it, dude. They're sisters. I mean, it's not like they're never going to talk to each other again. They're on top of that, they make a show together, and then they're sisters. So, anyway, so I'm really tired of this Kardashian talk.
Oh,
it's wearing me out. Let's talk about Jermaine Jackson.
Jermaine Jackson. Oh my gosh. Well, the whole lawsuit thing, with what is it?
Michael Jackson
and
his doctor,
the doctors and all that stuff, right? Whatever. Anyway, well, they lost that. They're not.
Yeah.
Okay, so his mom, Catherine Jackson, pretty much paid Jermaine's debt off.
And how much did he owe? Or I mean,
It really didn't say anything. It's just that she paid it off.
So she must be rich.
Yeah. So she's got the money. But then the next day, it was reported that Jermaine Jackson bought a $100,600 50.
$1,600.
Or
100,000.
100,000. Shit.
100, 600.
Oh my God!
100.
Yeah, yeah. Basically, spent a whole bunch of money
On
buying
a
a Ferrari.
Ferrari.
All right. He what is it called? He traded in his Rolls Royce.
His Rolls Royce.
Yeah, I can't even say shit right now. It's horrible. And he got $90K for it, 90,000. For
And
trading.
so he
it.
put the difference in.
Yeah, So
apparently he wasn't broke.
well, he hasn't paid child support.
Well, I mean, I was hearing I always say this, but I was listening to Howard Stern, and Howard Stern always has, he was mentioning the other day how DMX, you remember DMX,
Yeah,
right?
Wow.
DMX apparently filed for bankruptcy
Oh wow.
because he owes like $1 million in child support.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying? And so pretty much he filed for bankruptcy because how is it that you can, I guess you really have to come from humble, but not even then. You kind of have to just, if the rich is that, if that's what being rich is, man, like, dude, why would you do that? Why would you have so much money and then blow it on stupid crap?
Yeah.
And then not save any of it for a rainy day.
Investments or
yeah. I was watching Casino the other day, and even the guy in Casino, he knows. He goes, I saved $3 million, just in case that's ransom money, or if I ever go broke, that's the way I get back up in life is with that money. So he even knew, and he's a gangster. He's a thug.
Yeah.
And these guys are, they're businessmen. They're millionaires. Man, dude, I'm telling you.
Well, that's like, what was it? There was an interview with Jay-Z, and he was talking about his days as when he used to be a drug dealer.
Jay-Z used to be a drug dealer?
Yeah. It says here, Jay-Z's past as a drug dealer helped him out as a sports agent. What the hell?
Yeah, he probably sold to all the NFL players. That's why.
Yeah, he pretty much said, he's like, I know about budgets. I was a drug dealer. To be in a drug deal, you need to know what you can spend, what you need to re-up, or if you want to start some sort of barbershop or car wash.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
I was like, I heard that and I was like, God, I go, you're dumb. That's just.
He said that.
Yeah, he did say that. Yeah.
You need to know your budget.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the $10 in your pocket. That's pretty much your budget.
Yeah.
Because if you're doing drugs, most likely you're spending all your money on drugs.
On drugs, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Sheesh. Well, apparently he was dealing with Brooklyn's finest.
And put it in a savings account.
Yeah.
Drug dealer
turned
millionaire.
Honey, I need my $50 for my pot. What's that? I spent it.
Oh shit.
Okay, I'll wait till next week.
Payday's on Friday.
We can't afford it this week, honey. We had to pay the electric bill. Okay. You know what I mean? I mean, why would he say something like, yeah, you got to make sure you know your budget.
Your budget and stuff, yeah. Mm-mm.
I'm telling you, dude, these guys, man. So check this out, man. I was on Instagram the other day, and so this is what happened, man. Apparently, Adrian Peterson. I know you don't know who he is. You're like, no, I don't. No. He is a football player for the Minnesota Vikings.
Oh, okay.
His 2-year-old son was murdered.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. That's
let me kind of get to what I'm trying to say here, but before I do that, I'm gonna, it's a sad thing. Apparently, the baby mama's boyfriend ended up beating him, and he ended up dying. The boyfriend called 911 saying that he was choking, and whenever cops got there, they took him and they tried to revive him, but it didn't work. But the medical examiner determined that there was fatal head blows.
Oh wow.
You know, so they
What?
charged him and arrested him and everything, which yeah, I mean that's very tragic. You know, that I think whatever that guy's got, if he did it, whatever that guy's got coming to him, then he deserves. You know, but my biggest beef was that Adrian Peterson, he still played on Sunday.
He still played on Sunday?
Yeah. The guy, I mean, well, granted that he didn't have a relationship with his son. Apparently, he just kind of, he barely knew about this kid. You know, the first time he saw him was at the ICU. You know? Mm-hmm. So, here's my biggest beef. What I have is that, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, prayers towards Adrian Peterson. And in his time of grief, the guy wasn't grieving, man. The guy was not. He was playing football on Sunday for crying out loud. You know, the guy wasn't feeling sorry.
Yeah.
You know, like if I had a son and he died, he was
murdered on top.
If he died, would be one thing, but being murdered is a whole different level. That means he died involuntarily. You know, dude, take the freaking Sunday off and quit. I mean, football's not that important compared to your own blood.
Blood and family.
You know? That's what really got to me. Was that, and people were like, oh, prayers for Adrian Peterson and stuff like that. No. Why are you going to send him prayers? He doesn't even give a damn.
Yeah.
Granted that he barely met his son, but that's no excuse for you not to mourn a little better than that, dude. You know what I'm saying? And then they show this picture of Adrian Peterson, like, with some little kid on the field. That wasn't even his son.
Someone else's
There was
kid.
yeah. You know, like, man, don't send prayers to people who don't appreciate them.
Yeah.
You know? So, whatever, man. You know, to me, that's just really insensitive. You know, and not only that, like, I mean, I was on Yahoo, and it was, let me get the article. See if I can find it on here. There's a lot of NFL stuff, I'll tell you that. Peterson's day on the field. Okay, here it is. Look. Oh, let me read this article. Peterson had 62 yards and 10 carries, playing 2 days after his 2-year-old son died from injuries consistent with abuse. The boyfriend of the mother of Peterson's son is being held in connection with the case. The Vikings as a team didn't play well. Okay. As the NFL's resigning MVP, they lost 35-10 to Carolina, blah, blah, blah. It was sent on it, man, Peterson said after the game. I want people to understand my mindset. Any bad, I was trying to take good from it. That's crap. Okay, dude? Mm-hmm. That's crap. Any bad, I was trying to take good from it. The way I approach life, I never thought about not playing. It was all about going out there and praying that I have the strength to get through this. That was my focus. No, your focus was not your son, period.
Yeah.
Okay? If you have a son that got murdered, that messes up anybody's mindset. You would have not been blamed for not wanting to play. You would have not been saying he can't focus on the game. No. I guarantee any NFL player out there that has a kid and he gets murdered, he wouldn't play Sunday. So,
and then I was looking on here. He tweeted some stuff on Saturday morning.
Yeah, well, he tweeted some stuff, but it wasn't even like, oh my god, I can't believe my son is dead.
It's like a normal regular tweet.
Yeah, thank you for the prayers.
Yeah. It's first of all, he sent like October 12th on 10:16 a.m. It says, my son Adrian Dringer, who lives with me, is healthy. Appreciate the concern. We respectfully ask to stop tweeting his pics. And then still, I sent another tweet. It's like, we are currently not posting photos of my son who passed away. Thank you for understanding.
Well, okay, fine. We're not posting pictures. Of course, you're not posting pictures of a dead child. You know, that's not the point. We want to know. I mean, when you're in the public eye like he is, you have to maintain some type of connection with people that make you look human. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, he's not doing that. He's just there saying like, "Oh, you know, man, it was never in my head not to play." Dude, that would have been the first thought in my head if my son died. Was like, "Fuck Sunday."
Yeah.
But apparently he has a different agenda. So that was my 10 cents into that. You know, and I was really upset about that. Because I know if anybody who has a child out there, especially a 2-year-old, I mean, that's bad. He
can't even defend himself.
Yeah. It's a grown man, dude. That's ridiculous.
And I bet you once they find out what happened or why it was the cause, it's going to be something stupid. He wouldn't stop crying.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, you know, something stupid.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
Figure out the problem. That's the whole point of being a parent. So, anyways. What else we got going on, dude?
Have you seen Macaulay Culkin lately?
I saw him, and he was one horrific mess.
He looked like Skeletor at one point. I think they have another picture of him. I think Comic-Con. He was wearing, I don't know, it was like Pauly Shore kind of thing going on. He's wearing bunny ears, you know. But
I miss Pauly Shore's movies. He's such a funny guy.
What was the one that I liked? In the Army Now.
I liked
Son-in-Law.
Encino Man. That was my favorite one.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. But yeah, so no, yeah.
And so for all you Cowboys fans, they won yesterday. They beat the Redskins 31-16. But you know the Redskins aren't great this year. They're 1-4.
Yeah.
So the Cowboys are 3-3.
But I bet you everyone was all excited.
You know, I was supposed to go to that game, and apparently all of Van Horn was at that game yesterday. Just about all of Van Horn. There was a lot of people.
Where was the
Van
game
Horn.
at?
It's in Dallas.
In
Arlington.
Oh,
Arlington. AT&T Stadium. But I mean, there was a lot of people at yesterday's from Van Horn. You know, so you can see that Van Horn may be a little town in West Texas, but we have big ambitions, I guess you could say.
It's funny because I really don't on Facebook. You know, everyone's all Dallas Cowboys this, and I haven't seen anything lately.
No, trust me, it's because you probably don't have them as friends, but I do. And they're all over the place. Trust me. Oh man, come Sundays, nobody wants to hear about the Cowboys losing. I mean, unfortunately, I mean, I'm a Cowboys fan. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a Cowboys fan. I'm not a 100% of a Cowboys fan, but you know, like I really wish. What's his name? Jerry Jones would get rid of. What's his name? Tony Romo. That's one thing I really do. But I mean, apparently he got signed for a contract and he's in for the long haul. Oh man. So, anyways, what else is going on, dude?
Not much here. I'm just trying to reel in. Oh God, I just want to get this sickness over and done with. It's draining the shit out of me.
Is it?
Yeah. And plus, I don't like missing work. Well, I didn't miss work.
Yeah, I saw like your post that said like, oh, I never knew that Spark would ignite this so much.
Seriously, like
which is good.
Let's see here.
Yeah, which is good because
it's been a month since I've got this, the job. And 10 years ago, I wanted to do this. And then somewhere along the line, I just lost it. Like, I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Well, it's because you were in there. But you know what, Chris? You should have taken that opportunity at Cattle Company, too. Mm-hmm. And it might have been a lot different today. No, I know.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to tell you is that if you would have took that out, it was offered to you, wasn't it? To be a cook.
Well, they asked me. I just didn't want to do it. But after all the stuff that had happened or whatever,
because I really think that okay, I'm gonna state my opinion on this, and I know it might get some people upset. It might not. I don't think it might, but anyways, okay. I like Cattle Company. I think Cattle Company is a really good restaurant. Mm-hmm. I think the atmosphere there is really nice. I really enjoy going to have a beer there.
Yeah.
Okay. With that said, I really like Capitan too. I just don't like the stiffness of it.
Yeah.
It's really stiff there.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's not your fault. Yeah. I think that has to come from management up above. You know what I mean? And I'm not throwing rocks at anybody. I'm really not. I'm not saying it's even Ralph's fault. But what I'm trying to say is I think if the Capitan were to kind of loosen up, and I get it. I know they're in a mindset that they're a hotel and they cater to their guests, which they should. But I guarantee their guests would enjoy a Friday night with music.
Yep. Are you kidding? What was it? On Saturday, people were calling to see if they were going to have the fight.
Yes, stuff like that. That makes a big. That's what I'm saying. It makes a big difference because what I'm trying to say is that both restaurants have the potential. I think Cattle Company is utilizing it way more.
Yep.
You know, they have a looser atmosphere. Granted, it's kind of tough to do stuff there due to the fact that, you know, I'm going to say maybe 60 to 75% of their business is tourism. But then again, 80% of y'all's business is tourism.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But when people go out, you know, when I go out, I'm very social. I talk to a lot of people that I don't even know. You know, like example for yesterday, we met a guy at Texas Roadhouse, and we ended up, you know, getting to know his name and stuff. And by the time we were gonna leave, he paid for our meal.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
nice.
So I mean, because I'm just that type of guy. I'm real social, and if there's, you know, and that kind of atmosphere brings social people. And if you have social people there, the guests won't be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You know, don't get me wrong. Every now and then you get a bad apple and you kind of have to, you know, regulate and stuff like that. But it's going to help the waitresses' tips. It's going to help the bartenders' tips. You know, it'll also help you weed out people who, when put under a pressure test, either can do that job or they can't.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whether it's bartender or whether it's waitressing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So I think that's a big plus because it makes you more efficient.
Yep.
You know, and I've heard from a lot of locals, you know, whenever Donk, well, if y'all don't know Donk, his name is Danny Riz. But whenever he used to bartend at Capitan, people used to love going, man. Yeah. He was a good bartender. And that's what you want. Those are the people you keep. You know, don't get me wrong. If they mess up to a point like where they're late every day or they just don't show up for work, I understand that. But if they're consistent, they mess up a couple times, you know, give them a break, dude. Mm-hmm. You know, write them a disciplinary form and be on with it.
Yeah.
You know, but like I said, I think if you would have taken that opportunity at Cattle Company, it might have been, and this is my opinion, you know, it might have been a big success, even a bigger success than it is now. Just, and you know, I know people, like I said, I'm not trying to upset anybody, but you know, you were kind of sloppy over there too.
Oh yeah,
you know, you were sloppy over there too. It's not like you were
the perfect,
not like you are over there. Not like you're at Capitan. You're very professional.
Now, yeah.
You know, you've got your pardon my French, your shit together. You do, right?
Oh,
and
yeah.
You can admit that.
Oh, yeah.
And at Cattle Company, you weren't like that. Mm-hmm. You were actually, it was more of a party for you over there.
Yeah.
So, but that's what I'm saying is that, I mean, I'm glad you're at this point, man.
Oh yeah,
it's good.
I'm enjoying it. I'm loving it. Oh, they got free reign, so I'm like, come up with a special today.
Yeah, and
I
see
need something different.
I think if they would have gave you that kind of opportunity over there, and you would have took advantage of it, you would have been really good. I mean, because that's what really drew people over there in the first place was their specials.
Yeah,
and that's what's drawing people to Capitan now is your specials.
The specials, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, the other day I had a beef tenderloin with scalloped potatoes and asparagus. Oh my gosh, they were so good.
Whew, man, that was a whole hour.
Oh yeah.
I was trying to do a short show today, and it did not happen. So anyways, let's wrap up, guys. Like I said, give big props to the band on their Division 1. Big props. I mean, because I know how much it is. Big props to the band on Division 1. You know what I mean? So, okay. There we go. A little bit of applause for y'all. What else? The weekend. The weekend. Make sure to take out a raincoat, not for the weekend, but for the day. I'm sorry. Just kind of brain farted right there. Make sure to take out a raincoat today, guys, or whatever you're gonna do, because 30% chance of rain, isolated storm. 78 is a high, 58 is a low, guys. So just make sure to watch out for those rain clouds, which I'm really tired of, by the way. I'm already had enough of them. I just want this rain to be done with, and I'm not looking forward to the cold weather at all, dude. I'm not looking.
Oh, I finally started sleeping with the windows open and the fans on. That's why I was getting sick.
Yeah, that's probably what's going on, man.
So yeah.
Anyways. A little bit of, So you guys have a good day. Hopefully y'all enjoyed our show. We will be back here Thursday. Are you good for Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday.
You're not going out of town. You're not gonna surprise me an hour before the show.
I told my mom because I think she's got another doctor's appointment next month, but I'll give you a heads up on that one.
Okay, well, just let me know.
Right on.
So, all right, guys, y'all have a good day, and we'll see y'all Monday.
Have a good one.